Hi, I'm Mike from 1A Auto. We've been selling auto parts for over 30 years. We're dedicated to delivering quality auto parts, expert customer service, fast and free shipping, all backed by our 100% satisfaction guarantee. So visit us at 1AAuto.com, your trusted source for quality auto parts.
Using a plastic trim tool, remove all of the plastic clips along the top edge of the bumper. We'll then remove the 10mm screw at the top corner of the bumper bracket on each side. We're bringing our vehicle up on the lift to make it easier to show you what's going on. But you should be able to do this either with the vehicle on the ground or the front end raised slightly. Now clearly we're removing our bumper because the vehicle was in a collision, but if your bumper is intact, you would have two 10mm bolts right about here. But ours ripped out of the bumper, so we'll just remove those so we have them out when our new one goes on. So we removed the wheel to make it easier to show you what we're doing, but you should be able to access this with the wheel on. We're going to use a T20 Torx driver. You can do this either as a screwdriver or with a ratchet, and remove the 3 T20 Torx bolts in each wheel well. Peel back the wheel well liner and remove the 10mm bolt with a 10mm socket and ratchet. You'll also need a 7mm socket and ratchet to remove this bolt. You'll need to get up a little higher to remove the 3 10mm bolts up on the front edge of the fender. We'll do that with a 10mm socket and ratchet. We're missing our wheel well liner over here from the collision. Other than that, we'll repeat these steps on the opposite side. Carefully pull the bumper back. Once you've got a little slack on there, disconnect the bumper harness and remove it from the vehicle. We'll need to swap the lighting harness from this bumper over onto our new part. In order to do that, we're going to disconnect the fog light as well as the turn signal or side marker. Maybe easier to just unscrew that bulb, disconnect it that way. Just put that back there so we don't lose it. Pop up the metal retainer clip here. Might want a pair of pliers to help you. We also have the lock tab here for the main connector, which we'll want to compress with the pliers and pop through. And then we'll just run down the middle here and release the harness from these retainers. Another little clip there, left to pop out. And then we'll disconnect these connectors as well. We'll now want to remove our side markers since these weren't damaged. Simply push down on the tab. Pop it through and lift out. On this side, our bumper bracket isn't broken off, so you'll need a little screwdriver to push the tab down the same way. Lift up on the tabs that secure the bezel in place with a small flat blade screwdriver, and then push down to release them from the bumper. Pull the bezel out. Now we have an assortment of 10mm sockets here. So the easiest way to remove these fog lights, support the front of the lens with your hand, pop these sockets over the tabs. This will compress all of the lock fingers on it. Once those are in, you can just pop the fog light out of the housing. Repeat these steps on the opposite side. Now our bumper will also require us to remove our old stiffening bracket here, as well as our upper and lower grille. Our lower grille is destroyed, so we have a new one we're going to put in, but it'll be removed the same way that the upper grille is. Now all these go pretty much the same. Just pry out on these clips with a small flat blade screwdriver. You don't want to do this in the cold because they will snap and break on you. And then just lift. And we'll go down and just repeat this process on all the clips. We'll need to pop these metal retaining clips off of our grill. Just pry up on the little barbed tabs and lift them off the plastic. And then these plastic hooks will all come out the same way they did with our stiffener. Lay your new bumper flat on its face and set up the lower grille. Carefully snap it into all of its tabs. Line up the upper grille and lock the plastic tabs into place. Once the grills are in, you can install the stiffener. Don't forget to reinstall the metal lock retainers. Install your fog light. Push the tabs through until they lock into place. Line up your fog light bezel. Pop that in until it locks as well. We'll repeat these steps on the opposite side. Reinstall the marker lights by laying them in sideways, front first, and then snapping the rear into place. Repeat this step on the opposite side. Reinstall the harness, connecting your turn signal on the driver's side, as well as the fog light. Snap the rest of the harness back in. Reinstall the main electrical connector to the front bumper. Then line up the tabs on the fender and slide each side of the bumper into place. Reinstall the three 10mm bolts into the edge of the fender and the back side of the front bumper. We'll do this with a 10mm socket, ratchet, and extension. Now there is a little bit of adjustment in these holes, so make sure you're keeping an eye on it so that everything lines up where you want it to. Repeat these steps on the opposite side. Resecure your wheel well liner with your 3 T20 Torx screws. Line up and reinstall the 2 10mm screws at the bottom of the bumper as well. Reinstall your plastic clips by popping them into the hole and then pushing the top down. There are 3 on each side of the hood latch. Reinstall the 10mm bolt in the top corner on each side of the bumper.
Thanks for watching. Visit us at oneauto.com for quality auto parts, fast and free shipping, and the best customer service in the industry.